It's a brand new edition of Training Camp Live from the Star in Frisco, Texas. Dallas Cowboys Training Camp presented by American Airlines. Travel with confidence, the official airlines of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Kyle Yeomans alongside Nick Eatman and Nick. Mike McCarthy said last week that through 8 practices on a normal schedule, there would be live practice or live game action right after that. Well, this was practice 9, so we're going to get right into the game action that we saw today. Lots of situational work, and we'll start it off with a C.D. Lamb bomb. A nice throw from Dak Prescott over the top of Darryl Worley. C.D. Lamb just doing amazing things practice after practice.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's living up to the hype. This is every bit of 2010. That I remember with those guys, with Dez being a rookie and all that, and he's Dez got hurt, so hopefully that doesn't happen to CD. But yeah, CD's been great. We were asked about Luke Gifford on a mailbag question this morning about what's going on with Luke Gifford. Well, there he is. There he is making some plays.
And making some plays on the other side. You've got Noah Brown, Vintel Bryant, all kind of active throughout the receiving core. Luke Gifford in that linebacking core. Ben DiNucci throwing the ball over the middle. There's John V. Johnson, who's really needed a strong camp. And we saw really the passing game at the forefront and at the epicenter of today's practice because really they were the ones that controlled the tempo against the DB.
Yeah, they certainly did. John V. Johnson's been coming up here. I thought this was a pretty good practice for him. He's always a camp guy, but here's another deep ball. There's Michael Gallup making a great play. Mike Nolan not loving that, but let's see that again because that's the third highlight that we've shown of a deep ball. I believe 2 of them from Dak. One of them maybe Andy Dalton, but that's part of Dak's game that I think could be better is just connecting on these deep passes and just giving his playmakers a chance to go make a play. Don't throw it to the sideline. Get it where those guys can go do that. And I think he's done a better job of this training camp of laying it out there and letting those guys go and make it.
And even with that safety help over the top, Dak decided to underthrow that ball a little bit and allowed Gallup to adjust. That might have been the play of the day. We're going to stick on this for a little bit because Leighton Vander Esch, coming back from his neck injury, you need that first hit. You need that first game action. And not only was it a big hit, but it just flattens Tony Pollard on a fantastic play over the middle.
Let's see it one more time. Now visualize this. Now stop real quick. Visualize like Idaho, and 20 is the wolf, okay? And here comes the wolf. The wolf's just going through, thinking he's fine, and then here the wolf hunter's coming. You could just have the music coming. Boom. There you go. That's a wolf hunter right there. Kyle, are you going to howl it up there or no?
Oh, I'll give you a howl. I can do that. I don't know if I'm as good at Leighton Vander Esch with the howl, but either way, he came in hunting Tony Pollard, and it was a loud hit too. Being in the stadium and you hearing the clack of the pads, it was honestly refreshing as a football fan too. Not only to see a guy who needed that first hit, that first real taste of how he's going to hold up in contact after that neck injury a year ago, but it was also something that was just refreshing to hear because you hear that clack of the pads. Pollard got up. He was totally fine. Continue the rest of the practice. And really it pumped up the defense, brought a little bit of energy and kind of set the tone defensively. That front 7 had another nice day today. It was really the secondary that struggled, but I think that front 7 with Leighton Vander Esch back in the mix is as good as it's been in a couple of years.
Yeah, definitely. That's the type of players that you want those linebackers to be. The chase plays sideline to sideline. Tony Pollard, that's just kind of his game. I mean, he's quick, but when he gets hit like that, you know that those guys can't take a lot of hits. But I thought it was good that he popped up, and it wasn't a big issue. Now do that to Zeke, maybe there might be some problems, but I thought for the most part it was fine there. Cedric Wilson's making more plays there. Nice cut there in the hole by Zeke. That's the kind of vision. If we can see that again, actually, that would be good. A lot of times we see these long runs, but with Zeke, it's these plays right here. It's this cut right there of just the vision and seeing where that hole's going to be. That's the difference of a 2-yard run and maybe 7 or 8-yard run right there. That's why, in my opinion, I think he is still one of the best running backs, if not the best in the game. Just that little move. I believe in the old PlayStation, that was the R2 button. You just like move to the side like that. That's what that was. It was just that little shift. Boom. I love it. I love. I mean,
It's a
because
little.
we can see highlight after highlight, but these are the dirty plays. These are the kind of plays that make it 1st and 10 on the 19, and then 2nd and 4 from the 13. It's just runs like that, and I think that's what'll help this team the most. I know it's subtle, it's a little play, but like those cuts like that are amazing. That's good.
It's the
That's good
attention
handwork
to
right there.
the attention to detail that honestly is so important for a championship team. There you see Trayvon Diggs. He had another nice day today. He seemingly is finding his stride here in the second week of practice. Saw some struggles last week. Was really not keeping up with the offense, but that's against a Pro Bowl caliber receiver and comes over the middle and knocks it away. And I think what
Hold
Trayvon
on.
Diggs has shown this week is a lot better.
I want to see that again all the way from the start, because here's an issue of why Tony Pollard may not be on the field as much as you want him to. And I understand Jalen Smith is a Pro Bowler, but when you see this, like, that's not too bad. When I first saw it, I thought he was coming back a little too much, but in that battle, just get in the way, and that's all you need to do, and just don't go down to the ground. So actually, that is a better job than I thought it was. And now Jalen may not have been bringing it like Leighton did. He's already been knocked down once, but for those backs like that, you want to see if they can mix it up, get in the way, and be pretty good blockers like that. So, and my first thought was, that wasn't so great, but that's about as best you can ask for Tony Pollard going up against Jalen Smith. That's actually pretty good.
Well, I will add something to that about Jalen Smith. It's the second straight play that we've pointed out that he's running downhill and he's running to the football and he's playing almost plug gap as that linebacker. And I think ultimately that's what you want him doing. Sure, he's been great in coverage throughout training camp. Coverage hasn't been his strength in the past. And I think him running downhill and playing the football is where Jalen Smith needs to be. And you can see it here, even going up against a running back blocking like that. And I think Pollard actually did a nice job leverage-wise here of shaking off Jalen Smith. But the fact that he's running downhill, that just shows that this Mike Nolan defense is something that could potentially benefit those players and play to their strengths moving forward. Another thing, Dak Prescott on this throw, just a little bit behind, but he had a good day passing.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say that too. That ball's got to be there. That slant has got to be there for him, and that's the difference of just a couple of yards one way or another. But if that ball's on the money, that's a first down, maybe a touchdown. But that pass has got to be there, and that's old Cowboy fans will see Troy Aikman to Michael Irvin on that slant like that. Since then, that slant pattern hasn't been a part of the Cowboys game as much as maybe other teams are. So, that's got to be there. I know we're taking a lot of time on this play, but, it's just a little parts of it like that. But, yeah, you're right. Dak had a nice day of practice. That pass he could have done a little better.
Charted just 7 incompletions all practice long, and that was one of them. Here's some short yardage situation near the goal line for Andy Dalton and really the second team offense. You got Hicatini running in the back of the end zone. Good pressure again, though, from the front 7, forcing the throw out of bounds on the back sideline. Then you got Dak Prescott, really same sort of situation, a little bit further out toward the edge of the red zone. Joe Looney in at center. And I think ultimately Dak Prescott, this is where he shines, is the ability to make a decision, make a good throw. And that time he finds Noah Brown.
Yep, that's one where you do want the pass to be, behind him and up in the air like that. Because if he doesn't come with that ball, then the guy in the blue shirt back there with the mask does. And that's the only two people that you want to catch that ball is Noah Brown and that guy that's standing over there, and that, but that was, I mean, that's a nice play. I mean, that's what you want in a situation like that. Like, go up and let this guy go make a nice play. And Noah Brown is getting some opportunities. It's good to see him healthy again. He's going to be in a fight for those final spots there. If I had to say right now, I wouldn't necessarily put him in there. There it is. There's Zeke again. That's that vision and burst. I thought that's another nice play there for Zeke. They're just kind of, you got to have patience and you got to have burst kind of at the same time and be able to strength to go through. Good job there by D Law too. Blake Bell's a good blocker, but he's probably not a great blocker against D Law.
Who is going to be though? Who's going to be a great blocker against DeMarcus Lawrence, especially the way that he's practiced throughout training camp. I mean, he shrugged off Blake Bell there with just one arm, and here you see some more Tony Pollard action, staying on his feet, finding his balance, and then bursting up toward the seam. I think that's something that Pollard does best. Then throwing on a run again. Trayvon Diggs in coverage continues to just bat away the football. Really had probably his best practice of training camp so far.
Well, let's calm down a little bit on Trayvon Diggs having a great practice, because I think you're going to see some highlights of a play that wasn't so awesome. But no, you're right. I mean, this is good. He's taking advantage of Jordan Lewis being out. Lewis is going to be out all week and maybe some of next week, and somebody's got to step up. Worley's got some reps, and Trayvon's got some reps too. But he's competitive. I mean, he definitely is a guy that's not afraid. When you play at Alabama, I mean, you're not afraid. It's a good job by Reggie Robinson knocking the ball away from 46.
Yeah, for Tumapeo.
There you go. Yeah,
Charlie T. Charlie T is probably the best way to say it. But I love this play. I mean, Charlie T had reined this in. You could see it almost to the top left-hand corner of the C in Cowboys. He had already had it in his hands. Ooh. And Robinson's able to come over with that left arm and just bat it down. That one really got the defense excited.
I would like to see that one more time. I'm sorry, we can go back to that. Because this is the play I was talking about with him. Because I'm wondering, when you watch this play, that ball was there. That's a good play, because I was. Mm-hmm. You'd like to go back and say, should he jump, high point the ball, make that catch? That's just where the ball was. It was just a perfect throw, but a good coverage, and he was there close enough to be able to go in there and rip it away. So that's a good job. It's good defense.
Nice job from the rookie corner. This is the Trayvon Diggs not so good play, Nick.
Well, it looks good from the far, but when you get a little closer here, I don't know about that. Hickatini, he was there.
Little flag action, a little too early. There's the yellow.
He gets caught. But, that we're seeing that a lot, and we've seen it over the years with Jason Witten, but those tight end seams down the middle, that's going to happen a lot. That's just a quick play. I bet you anything, Kyle, I bet you that doesn't get called 100% of the time. It got called, but it doesn't get called every time. Not that play. It just depends on where that ref is. It was a great angle, though, for the ref, and he was definitely early. But I think more often than not, if he's that close to the ball, if he doesn't get that hand right on the shoulder, I think that was a pretty good play. So I'd be more encouraged than discouraged about what I saw out of Trayvon there.
Absolutely. Here's Dak Prescott dropping back, having D-Law right in his face again, and somehow finding Dalton Schultz. Schultz with another solid practice again today after he made that fantastic grab that we saw on Training Camp Live yesterday. But really, this is about Dak standing up in the face of pressure before D-Law, of course, because of the red jersey, falls off to the side. But, man, the pressure's there. Dak throws a strike.
He does. And let's go back to the defense. Look at who's there. It's Trayvon Diggs again. Now watch Diggs this whole time. Diggs is going for the football. He's trying to catch it. Maybe he shouldn't have done that. Maybe he should have put his arm on there to try to, knock it down. But it took a perfect catch and a sliding catch by Schultz. Again, another play given up by Diggs, but I'll take it. I'll take that. That guy's trying to get an interception. He's trying to make a play. I thought that's another good throw, better catch. But, I don't hate the coverage. I don't hate the fact that he's there. Now, you expect a cornerback to be there with your tight end. I mean, you expect him to be close like that. But I like Diggs' mentality. I really like what I'm seeing out of him.
He had the safety help over the top with Xavier Woods as well. So there was only one window for Dak Prescott to throw that ball, and it was low. So that way only Dalton Schultz could make the grab, even with Trayvon Diggs draped all over him. So another solid throw from Dak Prescott. But that's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed Training Camp Live today. A ton of stuff throughout today, and hopefully we continue to see that throughout the rest of the week. For Nick Eatman, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Once again, Training Camp Live, presented by American Airlines. Travel with confidence, the official airlines of the Cowboys. We'll see you next time.